I'm very passionate about self-love, self-worth, and confidence because I truly believe that the foundation of anything, any relationship, any concept, whether it's money, health, anything, starts from within and starts with you. And if that is strong and you've built that foundation, it doesn't rock you when life happens and different things come in. And this is why I'm so passionate about this specific arena of coaching. But I'm also a holistic coach, so you know, whatever area you bring in, you can always build a goal or habits or even just create clarity around that specific area. Now, actually, in hindsight, I realized the reason I was so drawn to this niche is because it's a particular area that I struggled with, you know, with confidence, with self-love. And through the journey of becoming a coach, and before that, in my own personal development journey, I had realized that I didn't very much treat myself very well, very kindly. And as a result, it reflected in everything else around me. And so this is what made me focus on this. And at first, I decided I would be a coach for women, but I find that a lot of my clientele are men, and it's not focused specifically on one gender. You know, we all need help in that specific area. And so now I find myself helping both men and women in this area. Over the last couple of months, I've been dealing with a few health issues, and I realized the importance of a healthy mind and healthy body. So I came up with the idea of actually, this is a great topic to share with everybody because we don't realize how every part of us, from our brain to our body to our heart, how it's all interconnected. And if one is not in balance, everything else falls out of balance. And so, you know, when we start, everything starts with the mind, of course, and the brain. So how are we treating ourselves, our mind, our brain? Are we, what are our thoughts? How are we handling our day to day? What are we doing to look after our body? And what are we doing to rejuvenate and give some love to our heart and soul? So when it comes all together, we need to focus on every part in some small way, because if one is missed, automatically there'll be an imbalance in the other parts. We are responsible for our minds and our bodies and our soul. We have to be careful, you know, we have to be mindful about everything that we do. And often, you know, in the day-to-day grind, we forget. We go on autopilot. We don't realize what we're eating, how we're sleeping, what we're thinking, and all of it makes an impact. And of course, when it comes down to it, it's all about self-love. So if nothing else, if they just take away, just start remembering to be more mindful. Of course, I'll be sharing a lot of strategies and tools that they can use, you know, from things like morning, you know, everything starts, of course, with the morning routine, the evening routine, throughout the day. What are we doing? How organized are we? How mindful are we? Have we taken a moment to breathe? And in the process, it's looking after every part of us and leading to a healthier, rejuvenated mind, body, and soul. One step at a time works. Everything I do is one step at a time. If I look too far ahead, it leads me to be an overthinker. I already have perfectionist tendencies that I've been working on already, but I know if I look too far ahead and if I jump too far, then I'm obviously overthinking, stressing, not looking after myself at all. Whereas if I just take this step, this is the goal for today, this is the goal for tomorrow, it works a lot better. And I realized that more and more recently, because when I take on too much, I I get overwhelmed and I'm not looking at the one little step. I look at the whole picture, and then nothing gets done. So one little baby step at a time really does help. And of course, remembering to breathe. My key advice is, often, when we get excited when we're new coaches, we want to coach other people. What we don't want to do is forget continuing our personal development journey alongside. And if you keep working on yourself, everything else will come. One of the things also key is, before you work on your marketing or your website or whatever, really work on who you are as a coach, who you want to be, how you want to present yourself, and then everything else will be so much easier. And don't get downhearted if you don't get masses of clients straight away, or uh, clients queuing up outside your door. It's a process, and when you do the work on you, and when you focus with the intention on giving back and serving, it will eventually fall in place. It's the most incredible concept. It's basically an hour a month of your time, and we give back by providing knowledge, or a seminar, or in your particular niche, whatever you like. It's very much free reign, and it creates this ripple effect. You're paying it forward because you want other people to benefit from it, and Life Coach University asks other people to pay it forward. And when they do that, there's a ripple effect. And of course, the people who are paying it forward will ask others to pay forward. So, changing a million lives, and one step at a time, one person at a time. And that's the beautiful part about it. And it's also interesting, even though you're paying back, you're still getting back, because, from the impact and the response of the participants that come to these paid forward webinars. At the moment, my biggest dream is to have coaching accessible in all schools to youth. I know there's often therapists and counselors in school, but oftentimes what happens is, when you're a teenager, and I can say this from experience because I'm also a teacher, is they find it almost a taboo to go to a counselor or therapist, because what will their peers say, even if it's secret. They're really not they're not always, of course. A lot of children are they find it easy to go to, but a lot don't. And if coaching just becomes part of school culture, imagine what a different generation or school system would have. I remember when I was a teen, I perhaps didn't need a counselor, or maybe I did, I don't know. But I can imagine, if I had a coach, how different it would be with confidence, how different it would be to make the decisions about what I wanted to study at university. What were my values? Because I don't think I knew them when I was 18. In actual fact, I don't think I knew them until I was in my 20s. And if we just make that more accessible for all youth, and it becomes normal in every school, it would really make an impact in the youth.